Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to Veterans Field number 1 for a crosstown rivalry game between the University Trojans and the Waco Lions. I'm Lark Smith here along with the Waco ISD crew to bring you the play-by-play story of this contest from the Waco ISD tournament. This is the only time this season that these two teams will face each other because after the UIL most recent realignment, they were put in different classifications, not even different districts as well. So Waco High in the 6A classification now, and their district includes Midway, Harker Heights, Ellison, Belton, Coppers Cove, Temple, Shoemaker, and Killeen, while University is over in District 14 5A, taking on the likes of Corsicana, Red Oak, Ennis, Joshua, Cleburne, and Midlothian. Waco High, the home team on the scoreboard, so they'll take the field first. The University Trojans come to bat first. Here is their starting lineup under first-year head coach Tyler Massey. He is assisted by David Rosas, and former head coach Kyle Chapman is now the JV coach. His son Dylan Chapman playing over in Navarro now. And Kyle wanted the time to be away to go watch Kyle play, so he gave up the head coaching job to Tyler Massey. So this is the way Tyler Massey has filled out the lineup. Leading off, the center fielder David Gonzalez. Batting second baseman Christian Rodriguez. Batting third baseman Kevin Ibarra. The designated hitter will bat fourth. That's Jacob Bryant. Batting fifth is the pitcher Brian Smith. Batting sixth, first baseman Elijah Lujan. Batting seventh, the catcher Edgar Almanza. Batting eighth, left fielder Tiger Flores. And batting ninth is the shortstop J.D. Aguilar. The Waco High defense in the outfield, left to right, you got Will Audit in left field, Andrew Morris in center, Sam Barron in right field. Third to first defensively for the Lions, you got Jesse Maldonado at third. Jalen Ryan's the shortstop. Mark Silva, the second baseman. Dylan Dyer at first base. Travis Beecham doing the catching. And then on the mound is Will Carl. This will be his first outing on the hill for Sol Ross, who's assisted by Andrew Hurtado and Reggie Lewis. First pitch of the game on the way, and it's swung on a ground ball hit to the shortstop. Rhines has it. His throw is a bit wide, and the swipe tag attempt is not good. So put Gonzalez aboard on the throwing error by the shortstop. University has our game's first base runner. Our umpires for this afternoon's game, Cody Crocker is on the base paths, and Stephen McClanahan behind the plate. Nobody out. Runner at first base. Here's Christian Rodriguez, the University's second baseman. That's from the right side against the right-hander Will Carl. Squares the bunt, pulls back on the pitch that bounces in for ball one. Waco High is 0-3 on the young season. They lost their first game of the year. That was a district game against Killeen Ellison. Lost that one 5-1. And then in the two games they played in this Waco ISD tournament, they lost to Rouse 8-3 and the Cleburne 12-3. So they're looking for their first win on the young season. 1-0, but the runner in motion is swung on and fouled back. The runner thought maybe it got past the catcher on the fly and was headed for third base, but Cody Crocker tells him he needs to go back to first base. So it's 1-1 strike on Christian Rodriguez. University, meanwhile, is 1-2 after 3 games on the young season. They started with a non-district game against Groesbeck, losing 11-3. Then they are 1-1 in this Waco ISD tournament. A 1-1 pitch, breaking ball, called a strike on the inside third, just under the letters. 1-2 strikes on Rodriguez. Yesterday in this Waco ISD tournament, the Lions lost to Salado 8-3, but came back to beat Killeen Shoemaker 13-2. This tournament has been plagued by rain. Next pitch is outside. Goes to 2-2 strikes. But they've done everything they could to try to keep this tournament on schedule. They were hoping to use both of the fields here at Veterans Field, but the number 2 field, which is just beyond the right field fence, has a dirt infield and was unplayable today because of the rain. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball that's fouled off. As I understand, Colleen Shoemaker, due to the lack of pitching depth, has already played what games they're going to play in this tournament and have gone home. Waco High, meanwhile, has suffered injuries to 3 members of their starting lineup. So Ross told me this is going to be the last game his team plays in this tournament, though they do have games scheduled for tomorrow. This game being recorded on Friday, February the 22nd. A throw to first base. Back head first is Gonzalez. Have to believe that one of those injured starters for Waco High is Andrew Cerny. He has not thrown a pitch this year, and he's probably one of their better pitchers. At least he was a year ago. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swung on a miss. Ball gets away from the catcher. The runner at the plate cannot advance because first base was occupied. He is out. But the runner at second will be able to advance on the wild pitch. So Gonzalez is out. First strikeout for Will Carl. 1 out, runner in scoring position now for Kevin Ibarra, the third baseman. Ibarra with a slightly open stance on the right side. As the first pitch plunk him in the shoulder. He's aboard. That's the 5th hit batter for Waco High pitching. This is just their 4th game of the year. But that puts a force on any bag. Double play in order on the infield. Jacob Bryant, the designated hitter at the plate. Hits the first pitch down the left field line. If it stays fair, it's trouble, and it's gone. A 3-run home run for Jacob Bryant, and University is on top 3-0. Bryant got a pitch he liked. It was a bit up and in, and tomahawked it over the left field wall. University takes advantage of a couple of free bases on the error in the hit batsman to take a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first. That one goes just to the right of the 305 sign down the left field line. So the bases are empty now with 1 out. Brings pitcher Brian Smith to the plate. He hits the first pitch on the ground to the first baseman. Dyer handles it and outraces the batter runner to the bag for out number 2. High school baseball, they allow for the designated hitter to hit for anybody other than the pitcher. And Bryant, the DH, was batting for the right fielder, Austin Ramos. Here's first baseman Elijah Lujan. Watches a first pitch breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. Also a Waco ISD softball tournament. They played some games yesterday at the softball field just beyond the center field wall. Got more games scheduled for tomorrow. This pitch is down low. Goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. And over at the football stadium, they have the TAPS State Soccer Tournament going on. So a lot of activity on this late February afternoon at the Waco ISD complex. Pitch is fouled off. Counts 1 ball and 2 strikes, but we'll double check it with our home plate umpire, Stephen McClanahan, in a second. That's fouled off as well. Outfield is looking for Lujan to hit the other way as the center fielder Morris is shaded over toward right. Two-strike pitch. On the outside corner, called strike 3. Lujan out looking. Second strikeout recorded by Will Carl. The University strikes first as they get 3 runs on just 1 base hit. There was 1 Waco error, and there was nobody left on base. We head to the bottom half of the first inning, and our score is University 3 and Waco coming to bat. That gives us a chance to set the University batting order for you here in the bottom half of the first inning. The Waco High batting order under the direction of head coach Sol Ross. This is the way he filled out his lineup card. Leading off is the center fielder Andrew Morris. Batting second, the shortstop Jalen Rhines. Batting third, right fielder Sam Barron. In the cleanup spot is the pitcher Will Carl. Batting fifth, the catcher Travis Beecham. Batting sixth, the third baseman Jesse Maldonado. Batting seventh, first baseman Dylan Dyer. Batting eighth, left fielder Will Audette. And batting ninth is the second baseman Mark Silva. Defensively for University, in left field you have Jacob Bryant. Center fielder is David Gonzalez, and Austin Ramos is in right field. Elijah Lujan taking care of first base. Christian Rodriguez is at second. J.D. Aguilar is the shortstop. And Kevin Ibarra is at third base. Edgar Almanza doing the catching, and there you see a good look of starting pitcher Brian Smith. The right-hander gets the start for the Trojans. Trojans are scheduled to take on Cleburne and Leander Rouse in the final day of this Waco ISD tournament here at Veterans Field tomorrow. Like I said, Saul Ross says that his Waco Lions will not play any more games in this tournament because they are a little low on participants due to 3 injuries to 3 starters. Center fielder Andrew Morris will lead it off for the Lions. Hitting .333 on the young season. Has a couple of base hits or both singles and has scored a run. Smith's first offering. Held on to the fastball a little too long, missed the release point, and misses outside for ball 1. Overcast sky above us on a cool day that was wet for most of the day. Next pitch is up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Game time temperature of 53 degrees under an overcast sky. The 2-0, that's in the heart of Main Street. Taken for strike 1. Center fielder David Gonzalez playing very shallow against Morris. 2-1. Again, held on to that one a little too long, bounced into the left-handed batter's box, and now trails in the count at 3 balls and 1 strike. On the ground to the second baseman, Rodriguez. Gets the throw there in time, and there's 1 gone. Brings up shortstop Jalen Rhines. Rhines 0 for 6 in 2 games played so far. Struck out a couple of times, no walks yet. Middle of the box on the right side, crowds the plate just a hair. Fouls off the first offer. The 0-1 pitch. outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. One curveball clips the inside corner, according to our home plate umpire. Smith ahead to count it, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Not necessarily your cookie cutter ballpark when you look at the dimensions of the outfield. Here's the 1-2. Swung and missed, strike 3. Waved at a breaking ball and didn't have enough bat to get to it. 2 away. That'll bring up right fielder Sam Barron. Barron just hitting a .167, 1 for 6 with a run scored, an RBI, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. Hitting from the left side against the right-hander, Brian Smith. Breaking ball in the dirt, 1 ball, no strikes. It's 305 down the left field side, 330 to straightaway left, 355 to the power alley, 375 to left center, 380 to dead center field. That ball headed for the 375. More. Gonzalez will drift over and make the catch, and that's the 3rd out to retire the side. And the Waco first. It's 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We've played 1 in our scores. University 3 and Waco High 0. Coming up to bat for University in the top of the 2nd, the bottom 3rd of the batting order, Edgar Almanza, Tiger Flores, and J.D. Aguilar. .307 to right, 330 to the right field corner, 330 to right field, 335 to the 355 to the right field power alley. Little discussion between the officials and the head coaches between innings. Not sure what they could be discussing. This is the 2nd season of the artificial turf infield here at Veterans Field number 1. Definitely has come in handy this weekend as they're able to get in some of these games of the Waco ISD tournament. As long as I've been around Waco sports, they've always attempted to play a Waco ISD baseball tournament. Usually the first weekend in March. This one pretty much near the last weekend of February. But it always has weather problems. It was my junior year at Richfield High School. We were scheduled to play in the Waco ISD tournament back when we were playing at the old Kiwanis field, which is now a softball field located behind Cesar Chavez Middle School. Walked out of the gym and a hailstone about the size of a softball landed near my foot. I picked it up, tossed it to my coach, and said, "I don't think we're playing today." First pitch to Edgar Almanza bounces in for ball 1. Almanza, the University catcher. Starts with a wide open stance, but when he steps, he'll step toward home plate. The 1-0. That's right in the heart of the plate. Taken for strike 1. Center fielder Morris shaded toward center field, or seated toward right field. Looking for Almanza to hit the other way. The 1-1. Another breaking ball he's way out in front of. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swings at a pitch in the dirt, but it gets away from the catcher, and he'll be safe at first base on a wild pitch. He swung at a pitch that bounced in. You give Carl credit for the strikeout, which is his third, but the batter reaches on the wild pitch. Another free base for University to start an inning. They started the first inning thanks to an error, and that came back to haunt Waco High as Jacob Bryant lined a home run over the left field fence in the corner. Here's the 8-hole hitter Tiger Flores, the left fielder. Tiger saw a lot of action for the Trojans a year ago. That's slicing foul and headed for the Waco High bullpen. No balls, one strike. A lot of improvements to this facility since it was first used by Waco ISD back in about 1972. I believe it was my senior year that we first started playing at this field. Back then had no lights. Barely had grass. Now they got lights and turf. The 0-1. On the ground toward the second baseman, could be two. Silva goes to second for one. The relay throw not going to be in time, though. And Flores bounds into a 4-6 out of Monza at second base. Fielder's choice brings around out number one and brings up the 9-hole hitter J.D. Aguilar, the Trojan shortstop. Checks with his head coach Tyler Massey in the third base coach's box before he steps in. Middle of the box on the right side. Bunts at first base side, it's going to roll foul. Tried to surprise the first baseman Dyer by pushing it up the first base side. That'll bring the third baseman, Jesse Maldonado, in at the edge of the grass on the third base side. That's up high, snap throw to first base, but it's off the mark, and sliding back in head first is Flores. Time called now as Travis Beecham, the catcher, wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Make sure they're on the same page signal-wise. Top of the second inning, University up 3-0 thanks to a 3-run home run in the first by Jacob Bryant. Go to first base. Back without a tag is Flores. Flores is a threat to run. Pitch is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. When this field was first constructed, the dugouts were exactly that, dugout. They were sunken. I guess somewhere along the way they learned that they can flood when they do that, and they've filled them in now, and they're even with the playing field. Two-one pitch, just a bit low, and it goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on the 9-hole hitter, J.D. Aguilar. Good look at Flores, getting his lead over there at first base. Carl gives him a look as he goes to the stretch. 3-1 pitch is a called strike on the outside corner. See if Tyler Massey wants to put his runner in motion here with 1 out and a count full. How much trust he has in the speed of his runner and the ability of the batter to put bat on ball. Pitch is grounded toward the shortstop hole, and it gets under the shortstop into left field for a base knock. So Aguilar comes through with the second hit of the game for University and puts 2 on with 1 out. And the top of the order coming to the plate, David Gonzalez. Gonzalez reached on a shortstop error in the first and came around to score on the 3-run bomb by Jacob Bryant. Flores the runner at second, Aguilar the runner at first. And a breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Center fielder Andrew Morris still shaded over toward right field, looking for University to hit the opposite way. Matter of fact, even the left fielder Will Audette is well off the line and left, almost 90 feet off the line. And he won't get to that one. If it's a fair ball, it's a lot of trouble, but it's foul. Bidding for extra bases there. So he's able to get around on the breaking ball. Carl ahead in the count at no balls and 2 strikes. Well, that's going to convince the left fielder, Will Audette, to play a little bit closer to the left field line. Oh-2. Fastball that's outside. Gonzalez with enough discipline to lay off that pitch. Been playing games at this field today, beginning about 9:30 this morning. Did that in a fairly heavy mist and fog. A spin to second base. There goes the runner, and he's going to be in a rundown to the third baseman. Third baseman going to run him back. The shortstop now running toward the pitcher. The pitcher, Carl, chasing him down. Gets him back to the second baseman. Finally, they'll throw it and get the tag out as Rhines, the shortstop, makes the tag. So they're able to pick off Tyler Flores. Goes 1, 5, 6, 4, 6, I believe, for the putout. That's way too many throws for a hot box. The idea in the hot box is to make as few throws as possible, but fortunately for Waco High, all the throws were on target. They record the second out. On the rundown, Aguilar moved down to second base, so he's still in scoring position. 2-2 pitch. That's poked foul over the first base dugout. Matter of fact, Gonzalez falls down after reaching for that one just to make sure that it wasn't called a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runner at second base. On the ground, right at the shortstop. Rhines has it. Makes a bit of a high throw, but Dyer comes down with it. And Gonzalez retired 6-3 for the third out here in the second inning. For University, get no runs on 1 base hit. There's no errors, and 1 runner left on base. Head to the bottom of the second, and our score remains University 3 and Waco High nothing. Might take this opportunity to acknowledge our crew for Waco ISD TV here taking care of things at the game. I believe that shot is from our low third base camera from Jesse Maldonado. There's Jesse right there. Hi, Jesse. Got Tyrell McSpadden high on top of the first base dugout, taking care of things there. There's our death-defying daredevil, Tyrone McSpadden. In the truck, we got Jesse Sanchez pushing all the buttons. David Ellis is also in the truck, taking care of the graphics. They're hiding away inside there. And then we have a low first base camera that Leslie Ugaldi is hiding behind. Hello, Leslie. Oh, and I'm up here in the booth. I get to be in the warm a warm spot. Cool afternoon here in Waco, Texas. Again, game time temperature of 53 degrees. Now, one thing that's a bit unusual for this ball field is there's very little wind. It was one of the things I did not like about this field when I was a player, is the wind seems to always blow in at about 20 to 25 miles per hour. Matter of fact, when this field was first constructed, the fences were further back than they are now, and it was almost impossible to get a home run out of here. They have brought the fences in some, especially the right field fence. Bottom half of the second inning. Pitcher Will Carl leads it off for University, or for Waco High. He'll be followed by Travis Beecham and then Jesse Maldonado. First pitch is in there for strike one. Carl 1 for 2 on the year with an RBI and a walk. He's only appeared in one other game prior to today. That breaking ball is way outside. Carl hitting a cool .500. Again, Andrew Cerny not in the lineup today. He's 4 for 4 through 2 games played. Apparently on the injury list. Breaking ball clips the inside corner. It goes to 1-2. Another breaking ball. That's way outside, though. Could not get Carl to wave after that one. Smith has the sign from his catcher, Almanza. 2-2 pitch. Fastball a little low and away. Takes it full. Will Carl trying to become Waco High's first base runner of the game. Fouls this one off first base side. Just does miss the truck. Another payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. Jack knocked him away from the plate. Carl, the first base runner for Waco High, getting the free pass. Brings up catcher Travis Beecham. Beecham just 1 for 5 on the young season, with 3 strikeouts. Free swinger at the plate. Swings and misses the first pitch. Didn't quite have enough bat to reach that one. No balls, 1 strike. That's slapped over the shortstop, headed for the gap in left center field, and is down for a base knock. The runner from first will have to stop at second base. And Travis Beecham has his second hit of the year and the first hit of the game for Waco High. Tying run at the plate in the form of Jesse Maldonado, the third baseman. Jesse hitting .333 in the young season, 2 for 6, no runs scored. He has picked up an RBI so far. A runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Watches the first pitch low and away for ball 1. Fastball on the inside third for strike 1. J.D. Aguilar was sneaking in behind the runner at second, but a little bit out of position when the pitch was made there. Maybe the pitcher and the shortstop not on the same page as far as a pickoff play. 1-1. Breaking ball. It's hammered foul. Count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dylan Dyer waits on deck for Waco High. So they try to chip away at a 3-0 deficit. Hits even at 1 apiece. University got the big blow, the 3-run homer from Bryant in the first to lead 3-0. Fastball's low. Throw all the way down to second base. Good job by the second baseman Rodriguez to get there and cut it off. Carl was back in plenty of time. No need for a tag. Two balls, 2 strikes to count on Jesse Maldonado. Slider misses outside. Count goes to 3-2. Maldonado looking for a pitch he can drive here. Swung and miss, strike 3. Second strikeout recorded for Brian Smith. First out here in the bottom of the second. Brings up first baseman Dylan Dyer. And also gets us a conversation on the mound between the infield and the University coaching staff. I believe that's assistant coach David Rosas out there. Nope, take that back. That is head coach Tyler Massey out there talking to the team. Strategy session has concluded. Here's Dyer, who's 0 for 2 on the year. One of those 2 at-bats was a strikeout. I think in the 7th spot in the order for head coach Sol Ross. First pitch hits on the ground toward the 6th hole. The shortstop gets to it, but won't have a play. Infield single for Dyer. Well, he just put it in the right spot as J.D. Aguilar was swung over toward the bag at second. By the time he got to that slow roller, everybody had reached the next base. So 2 hits in the inning. Loads up the bases with 1 out and brings up the 8-hole hitter, left fielder Will Audette. He watches the first pitch outside for ball 1. Audette 0 for 2 on the year with a strikeout. Big chance here, though, to pick up some RBIs. 1-0. Fouled into the screen behind home plate. One ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1. Fouled into the mask of the catcher. Almanza will be given a little time to shake that one off as our home plate umpire. Stephen McClanahan will go out and hand a baseball to Brian Smith. Give Almanza a chance to shake out the cobwebs. One ball, 2 strikes. On the ground, double play ball possibly, but the pitcher deflects it and slows it down enough that everybody's going to be safe. We'll give Audette a hit on that as the pitcher did his best to try to get to it and start the double play, but it was just off the end of his glove. Might have just let that one go and allow the shortstop Aguilar to at least get one, but everybody moves up a base. It makes it 3-1 now, and Waco High has the tying run at second base with one out and the 9-hole hitter at the plate in Mark Silva. Silva squares the bunt, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. Both the first baseman and the third baseman came charging in on that bunt. Sack's full of Lions. Kind of no balls in one strike on the 9-hole hitter. This is outside. Count goes to 1-1. Slider hits the inside corner for strike two. Silva 1 for 5 on the year with a strikeout. That's tapped toward right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. One run is home. Everybody else going to move up just one station, and Silva comes through with a opposite field RBI single. Make it 3-2 in favor of University as he brings home Beecham from third base. Dyer moves over to third. Audette's now at second base. Bottom of the order has gotten the job done. 3 successive singles. 4 hits now in the inning. 2 runs have crossed the plate. And now here's Andrew Morris, the center fielder, who grounded out to second base his first time up. Watch the first pitch breaking ball outside for ball 1. The University got their 3 runs with a blast, and Waco High chipping away here in the bottom half of the second. The 1-0. A tapper out in front of the plate, and it's fielded by the pitcher. He underhands it to his catcher to record the out there. Morris hits in the fielder's choice for out number 2. That retires Dyer at the plate. 1-2. Audette to third, Silva to second. Morris at first, and here's the 8th batter to come to the plate for Waco High here in the second inning. Jalen Rhines, the shortstop. The first of 2 strikeout victims so far for Brian Smith. His first time up. Nice job by the catcher, Almanza, to backhand that one and keep the runners where they are. It was bouncing in the left-handed batter's box. 1 ball, no strikes on Ryan. Slap foul just outside the bag at third. That's why you get a lead in foul territory. Breaking ball, clips the inside corner for strike 2. Smith a strike away from getting out of this with any further damage. 1-2 pitch. Popped up behind home plate. The catcher is not able to get to it in time. Just a little bad handle blooper that headed for the backstop. Almanza couldn't find it in time to make a play on it. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Audette at third, Silva at second, Morris at first. Tying runs just 90 feet away. 1-2. Swung and a miss, strike 3. Third strikeout recorded for Brian Smith. A damage done for Waco High. And the second as they come up with 2 runs, and they do it on 4 base hits. No University errors, and there was 3 runners left on base. We've completed 2 innings of play out of the scheduled 7. And University holding on to a 1-run lead at 3-2. For University in the top half of the third inning, they'll send 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order face right-hander Will Carl. That'll be Christian Rodriguez, Kevin Ibarra, and Jacob Bryant. It's the part of the order that produced the first 3 runs of the game for University. Reset that Waco High defense for you. The outfield, in left field, Will Audette, Andrew Morris in center field, Sam Barron in right field. And on the infield, third to first, you've got Jesse Maldonado at third, Jalen Rhines, the shortstop, Mark Silva, the second baseman, and Dylan Dyer at first base. Travis Beecham is the catcher, and Will Carl starting his 3rd inning of work as the starting pitcher for Waco High. He's the 4th pitcher that Saul Ross has used this year in 4 games played. He's also used Dylan Dyer, Will Audette, and Robert Romero as pitchers. Second baseman Christian Rodriguez leads it off. 0 for 1 in the contest with a with a strikeout his first time up. 1 of 3 strikeouts collected by Will Carl so far. Watches the first pitch down low for ball 1. Ground ball to the third baseman, backhanded by Maldonado, makes the good throw across. And that's out number 1. Brings up third baseman Kevin Ibarra, who was hit by a pitch and came around to score on the 3-run bomb by Jacob Bryant. Ibarra's got power as well. First pitch breaking ball misses outside for ball 1. This coming week, after this tournament concludes, Waco High has a district game against Copperas Cove on the 26th. Ground ball straight up the middle of the diamond, and it's into center field, and Ibarra has his first hit of the game. And the 3rd hit of the contest for University. So 1 on, 1 out. And here's Bryant, who started the Trojans off on the right foot in the first inning with a 1-out, 3-run homer. Taps this one right back to the mound. They'll go to the shortstop for 1. The relay throw to first is just in time on a nice stretch by Dylan Dyer to record the out on Bryant, who is rolled into the 1-6-3 double play to make it a easy inning for Waco High as they go 3 up and 3 down. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Head to the bottom of the 3rd, and our score is University 3 and Waco High 2. For Waco High in the bottom of the 3rd, they'll have 3, 4, and 5 in the batting order. Sam Barron, Will Carl, and Travis Beecham. One thing I can say about the pitching so far through this contest, they've done a good job by not giving up too many free bases. I see 1 walk between the 2 and 1 hit batters between the 2 pitchers. Brian Smith on the mound getting his warm-up tosses. Looking for his second 3 up, 3 down frame. He did that in the first, but then allowed Waco High to send 8 batters to the plate in the second. The Lions threatened to not only tie it, but go ahead, but left the bases loaded in the bottom of the second inning after scoring a couple of runs on 4 singles and a walk. Again, this is the only meeting between Waco High and University on the baseball diamond this year, thanks to the most recent UIL realignment. It put them in different classifications. Waco High in 6A, University in 5A. That 6A district that Waco High is in is a 9-team district, and it does not leave a whole lot of room for non-district games. Kill the music. First pitch is down low for ball 1 to Sam Barron, who flew out to center field his first time up. They're now 1 for 7 on the year. Watches this pitch. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Ground ball headed to the second baseman, Rodriguez. Makes the play for out number 1. Brings up pitcher Will Carl. Carl picked up the only walk issued. That was a leadoff walk back in the second inning. Came around to score. Going after the first pitch is a fly ball deep to the gap in left center field. Left fielder converging, and it's the center fielder, David Gonzalez, who will get to it and make the catch for out number 2. Had a nice bid for a double there. It disappears into the glove of Gonzalez for out number 2. Now here's Beecham, the catcher, who singled and scored in the second inning. He fouls it into the screen behind home plate for strike 1. Beecham now 2 for 6, hitting .333 on the year with a run scored. Watches this pitch down low, evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. That pitch down low as well. Went after a slider and didn't have enough bat to get there. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And a high fly ball deep to left field. Going back is Bryant. He'll camp out under it and make the catch for the 3rd out to retire the side. Waco High in the 3rd, 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. Through 3 innings, our score is University 3 and Waco High 2.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
All right. Good to see the head football coach and athletic coordinator at University High School here at the game. Rodney Smith. Again, a lot of activity here at this complex, even if it is a cool and rainy day. Got this tournament going on that was going to be played at 2 fields, but because of the rain earlier, they moved everything to this field with the artificial surface. There's also soccer going on at Waco ISD Stadium beyond the right field wall. It's the TAPS State Soccer Tournament being conducted over there. University coming to bat here in the top half of the fourth inning. We'll send Brian Smith, Elijah Lujan, and Edgar Almanza to the plate. That's 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Trying to get some distance as they are up by a run. Waco High has out hit the Trojans by 2. But the Trojans got the big blast, the 3-run homer from Bryant. And here's the pitcher, Brian Smith, to lead it off. 0 for 1 in the contest with a ground out to first base his first time up. Will Carl works from the stretch. Nobody on and nobody out. The first pitch is taken a bit low for ball 1. Jackknife out of the way of that one at his belly button. It's 2 balls and no strikes. University does not have a game scheduled during the midweek. Next weekend they'll go to Killeen for the Killeen tournament. Ground ball to the shortstop. Rhymes picks it up, makes a good strong throw, but not in time. And Smith going to be aboard on the infield single. Rhymes had a little bit of difficulty getting to that one, but I think that Smith was going to leg that one out as slowly as it was hit. That'll be the 3rd hit of the game, or make that the 4th hit of the game for University. Now here's Elijah Lujan. Good job of watching the first pitch low and outside for ball 1. Some of the other teams that have participated in this tournament this week include Lorena and Cleburne. Next pitch is fouled off. 1 ball and 1 strike. Leander Roush taking part, as well as Colleen Shoemaker. Teams just looking to get some games in before they have to get district schedules underway. 1-1, swung and missed. Carl has managed to collect 3 strikeouts so far. One of those strikeouts, though, reached base on a wild pitch, a swinging strike on a ball that bounced into home plate. Runner reached first base, but was not able to come around before the 3rd out was made. That pitch is up and in, and matter of fact, it hits Lujan, 2nd hit batter for Carl. He puts 2 on with nobody out. Brings up the catcher, Edgar Almanza. Almanza, the University batter who struck out swinging but reached on a wild pitch. Now we have a discussion with our home plate umpire, Stephen McClanahan, and Waco High coach Sol Ross, asking about the hit batsman, whether or not it actually hit the batter or maybe caught a piece of the bat. I believe both home plate umpire McClanahan and infield umpire Cody Crocker agree that he was hit by a pitch. It's a bunting situation, but don't know that University's bunting here. We'll see. Well, he does square the bunt, and pitches in the dirt, and he pulls back for ball 1. Waco High keeping the 3rd baseman Maldonado back, and has Dyer, the first baseman, coming in to cover the bunt. 1 ball, no strikes on Almanza. Spin to second base, but no throw. Swung a miss. Evens up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tiger Flores waits on deck for the Trojans. Smith at second, Lujan at first. University trying to add to a 3-2 lead here in the bottom of the 4th. Squares the bunt, bunts at it. It gets away from the catcher, and both runners will move up. He bunted at a pitch that was bouncing in front of home plate. So the wild pitch will move up both runners. Second wild pitch recorded against Will Carl. Now both runners in scoring position for University. Almanza just trying to find a spot through a drawn-in infield now for Waco High. Fouls that one off. Got a breaking ball that was a bit up. Waco High infield is in at the edge of the infield turf, looking to cut off the run in a one-run contest in the top half of the 4th inning. Pitch is up high. Goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung and missed, strike 3. Almanza goes down swinging. That's the 4th strikeout for Will Carl. Out number 1 here in the top half of the 4th inning. Brings up the 8-hole hitter, Tiger Flores. Flores grounded into a fielder's choice at second base his first time up. Waco High infielders remain in at the edge of the infield turf with runners at second and third and 1 out. First pitch is hit on the ground. That's through the 4-hole. It's into right field for a base knock. 1 run is home. The runner from second headed for the plate. Here's the throw. It's cut off, not in time. And it's a 2 RBI single for Tiger Flores. This gives University a 5-2 lead. Lujan got on his horse from second base and was going to test the arm of right fielder Sam Barron. Barron's throw cut off, and Flores comes up with a couple of RBIs. University's lead back to 3 once again with the 9-hole hitter J.D. Aguilar at the plate. He singled his first time up. 1 of 5 hits for University now. First pitch is down low, and on the pitch, Tiger Flores was off for second base. Though the ball gets away from the catcher, Flores will get credit with the stolen base as he was off with the pitch. Now he's in scoring position. Timeout asked for and granted by the catcher, Travis Beecham. He wants to go out and talk to his pitcher. Maybe crossed up on that last pitch. They want to be sure they're on the same page. Good look at Tiger Flores standing out at second base after his 2 RBI single. Want to know the count on Aguilar. Ground ball slowly hit to the shortstop. Lyons boots it, and everybody's going to be safe. Second error of the game for Waco High, and both against the shortstop. Ryans puts runners at the corners with 1 out. And the top of the batting order coming to the plate, David Gonzalez. He's 0 for 2 with a run scored as he reached on an error in the first, then grounded out to shortstop in the second. Runner at first goes, pitch is popped up on the infield, foul territory. Pitcher makes the catch. Throw to first base will not be in time as nobody's there waiting on the bag. As Aguilar, who was off with the pitch, able to get back on the pop-up off the bat of Gonzalez. He flies out to the pitcher in foul territory for the second out. Here's the seventh batter of the inning. Christian Rodriguez, the second baseman. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third. Runner at third is Tiger Flores. J.D. Aguilar, the runner at first. See if Aguilar is off with the first pitch to try to also get in scoring position. First pitch is up high for ball one. Waco High thought he might be off because catcher Beecham was ready to throw it down. Breaking ball just misses outside. Bit low. It's 2 balls and no strikes. That was almost too close for Rodriguez to lay off of, but a good eye at the plate. Here comes the 2-0. Breaking ball. Changeup. Swung and missed. Carl had him way out in front of that one. Starting to get late in the afternoon on an overcast day. We may need the lights before this one's over. Two-one pitch. Just misses the outside corner. Nice attempt by Carl to try to clip the black. Goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Quite possibly, Aguilar will be in motion on this pitch. Nope. Pitch is down and outside, ball 4. That loads him up. That is the first walk issued by Will Carl, though he's hit a couple of batters. But the bases are full for the 3-hole hitter, Kevin Ibarra, who's 1 for 1. Hit by a pitch and scored in the first, singled in the third, but was erased on a double play comebacker to the mound. Got an RBI opportunity here. First pitch, breaking ball on the outside corner for strike 1. My memory serves me correctly. I believe Ibarra homered against the Lions last year. Can't remember if it was the first of the 2 meetings last year or the second. Hits this one on the ground to the second baseman, Silva. He'll go to first base, and that will retire the Trojans in the 4th. But not before they send 8 batters to the plate and score 2 runs. They do it on 2 base hits. There was 1 Waco error, and there was 3 Trojans left on base. At the bottom of the 4th with a new score, it's now University 5 and Waco High 2. Waco High in the bottom half of the 4th inning sends 6, 7, and 8 to the plate. That's Jesse Maldonado, Dylan Dyer, and Will Audette. Will Carl now has gone 4 innings on the mound for Waco High, allowing 5 runs. And I believe only 3 of those are earned. He's walked 1 and struck out 4 in the 4 innings that he's worked so far. Brian Smith back on the mound for his 4th inning of work for University as the starter. University's next action will be at the Killeen tournament, starting, I believe, on Thursday of this week. Yeah, they'll start Thursday over in Killeen, Thursday, Friday, Saturday in the Killeen tournament. Waco High will also be participating in that event. University does have one other non-conference game on the schedule before they get into conference play on March the 12th, as they will play Conley on March the 5th. Again, University in the district with Corsicana, Red Oak, Ennis, Joshua, Cleburne, and Midlothian. I got a good look at Cleburne playing in this tournament this weekend. And from what coaching staffs has told me, Cleburne looks like they're pretty deep in pitching. Here's Maldonado to lead it off for Waco High, and he watches the first pitch high and inside for ball one. Jesse struck out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1 in this one. 2 for 7 now on the year. Flaps this one foul over the backstop. Goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Maldonado, Dyer, and Audette. First 3 for Waco here in the bottom of the 4th. Bit outside. Nice backhand pickup by the catcher, Almanza. Two, 1. That's a bit low and outside. 3-1. Another improvement that they've made to this facility. They have a awning or shade, if you want to call it, covering the stands between the press box and the backstop for the fans sitting behind home plate. And that pitch misses outside, ball 4. So Maldonado's a leadoff walk for Waco High here in the 4th. Second walk issued by Brian Smith. There is a place on sunshiny days for people to seek shade. I'm sure that many of the fans this morning were under it, trying to get out from underneath the misty rain. Here's Dylan Dyer, who singled his first time up. Watches the first pitch a bit low for ball 1. That hit for Dyer back in the second, his first of the year. Now hitting .333 on the year, 1 for 3. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And the lights have been turned on here at Veterans Field number 1. Right down heart of the plate, but below the knees, and it's 3 balls and no strikes. Brian Smith begging for a strike on that one a little bit, but just a bit below the zone. Outside, ball 4. Brian Smith has come out here in the bottom of the 4th and has lost the strike zone as he's walked the first 2. He's got 3 strikeouts on the day to go with 3 walks. That'll bring head coach Tyler Massey out to talk to his infield and find out if Brian Smith has the gas to get through the frame. Looks like he's working on Smith's mechanics a little bit here. Try to help him zero in on the strike zone. Well, Smith will stay in the game. And the 8-hole hitter, Will Audette, comes to the plate. The left fielder singled his first time around, but was left stranded on the base paths. That now 1 for 3 on the year, hitting .333. Again, this is just the 4th contest of the year for Waco High. Smith misses outside for ball 1. Waco High opened the season with a district game against Ellison and lost 5-1. First 2 games of this tournament, they lost to Leander Rouse 8-3 and Cleburne 12-3. Popped up on the infield between home plate, first base. First baseman will make the call on the catch, though the infield fly rule was in effect. Catch did not have to be made. But Lujan makes the catch to record the out, and that's the first out here in the 4th. Nine-hole hitter Mart Silva at the plate. He's singled and brought in a run with that little blooper to right field his first time up. Watching the first pitch fastball inside third under the letters for strike 1. Maldonado at second, Dyer at first. Ground ball to the shortstop. Waits for it, throws to second base and gets the out there. Silva hits into a fielder's choice that retires Dyer at second base 6-4. Maldonado moves to third. Gotta like the 9-hole hitter Silva putting the ball in play both times he's come to the plate so far. Runners at the corners now with 2 outs. And leadoff batter Andrew Morris steps up 0 for 2. Ground out to second to lead off the first inning. Then he hit a comeback to the mound that ended up being a fielder's choice in the second. He taps this one into foul territory over toward the University dugout. Tyrell, you got to charge those kind. Landed about 3 feet from the feet of Tyrell McSpadden on the first base dugout. Tyrell will be kind enough to retrieve it and get it down to the University dugout. No balls, 1 strike on Morris. Fastball hits in front of home plate. That'll allow the runner from first to go down to second base, but Maldonado will stay put at third. The wild pitch moves both runners into scoring position now. First wild pitch on the ledger of Brian Smith this afternoon. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. Morris trying to make it a 1-run ball game, but something to the outfield. Way outside. Smith missed the release point on that one. Both base runners on the base pass thanks to back-to-back walks to start the frame. Breaking ball, swung and missed. Throw down to third base, and the runner is not back in time. Maldonado is picked off. 2-5 for the third out. And that diffuses the rally for Waco High in the 4th as they get no runs on no hits. No University errors and just 1 runner left on base. After 4 complete innings, our score is University 5 and Waco High 2. For University in the top half of the 5th inning. They will send 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order to face a new pitcher on the mound. For Waco High is taking over is Travis Beecham. So Travis Beecham now on the hill, and he and the pitcher Will Carl have just traded position. Will Carl now behind the plate. The only defensive changes there you see the head coach Sol Ross standing on the left hand of the screen of the Waco High dugout on the third base side. For Beecham, this will be his first outing of the year. 5th different pitcher used by Sol Ross in the first 4 games of the season. But still has not had the opportunity to use Andrew Cerny. Samuel Barron also saw some pitching duties a year ago. So in this non-district action, he's doing all he can to find out just exactly what kind of tools he has to use once district action gets underway. So Carl goes the first 4. He gives up 5 runs on 5 base hits. He walked 1, struck out 4, and hit a couple of batters. And right now is on the hook for the loss. Beecham takes over on the hill. There's the athletic director for Waco ISD, Johnny Tusa, in attendance. Johnny played a little baseball on this day, but he was more a football guy. All-state quarterback at Riker High School. Here's Jacob Bryant. First pitch to him is blooped first base side. First baseman goes back, can't get to it, and everybody's going to be safe. Bryant has his second hit of the game. Little bat handle blooper behind first base. That'll bring Brian Smith to the plate. 6 hits now on the board for University against 4 for Waco High. 4 Waco High's hits came in 1 inning. Smith is 1 for 2 with a run scored, and the first pitch is up and in for ball 1. Not much of a lead for Bryant at first base. Fastball is swung and missed. 1 ball, 1 strike on Smith. Grounded out to first base in the first inning. Led off the 4th with a single and came around to score on the 2 RBI single by Tiger Flores. Little fake move over there, but Beecham was not on the pitching plate whenever he made the fake throw, so therefore it's not a ball. 1-1 pitch, fouled off into the screen. Goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball's low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Temperature continues to hover around the low 50s here at Veterans Field on this chilly Friday afternoon. Day 2 of the Waco ISD tournament. Ground ball, couple of hops to the second baseman Silva. The flip to shortstop for 1, but that's all he'll get as Brian Smith legs it out for a fielder's choice. At number 1 on the 4-6 put out. Brings up Elijah Lujan, the first baseman. Hit by a pitch and scored his last time up. First time around he was called out on strikes, so he's 0 for 1 in the game. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Not bad for the 5th inning. Game is scheduled for 7. This pitch misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Smith gets a decent lead at first base. Beecham will make him stay close to the bag by throwing it over there. Runner going, pitches outside. The throw down is not in time with a head first slide. Smith has second base stolen. The count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike on Lujan. The runner in scoring position looking to bring home the 6th run for Waco, for University. Fly ball, right side. Out into right field. Sam Barron getting under it. Makes the catch. The tag at second. The throw in is not going to go to third base, so Barron will move up. Smith will move up on the fly ball off the bat of Lujan. Now be 90 feet away, but with 2 outs. Leaves it up to Edgar Almanza to try to bring him home. Almanza has struck out twice. He reached base the first time when he swung at a pitch that bounced in. Ended up at first base on the wild pitch. Fastball is chopped off a home plate. Beecham off the mound quickly, gets it over to first base in time. And that's the 3rd out to retire the side. University gets a leadoff single, but nothing more. No runs on 1 hit. No errors, and 1 man left on base. Head to the bottom of the 5th, and our score remains University 5 and Waco High 2. Beecham in that inning. No runs on a hit. Got a couple of ground outs and a fly out. Incredible job done by Beecham after coming in from behind home plate to take over on the hill. For University in the, make that for Waco High in the bottom half of the 5th inning. They have the top of the order coming to the plate, and Andrew Morris, Jalen Rhines, and Sam Barron. And it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher on the hill for University. Start the bottom of the 5th. Taking over on the hill and coming in from, double check this. That's number 18, Elijah Lujan. Moving in from first base. Take over on the hill for University. And our new first baseman is number 21, Jake Haynes. Unless Brian Smith went somewhere that I'm not aware of, Haynes will take over his spot in the batting order. Looking to see if there's any other changes by University. The infield looks the same. They'll go with that's the only changes so far. So Brian Smith goes the first 4 innings. Gave up 2 runs that were earned on 4 base hits. The first pitch to Andrew Morris is up high for ball 1. That's in the heart of Main Street. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. We got Ibarra at third, Aguilar at short, Rodriguez at second, and now Haynes at first base for University. 1-1 pitch on the outside corner at the belt for strike two. I believe the outfield remains Bryant in left, Gonzalez in center, and Ramos in right. One-two offering. That's high and away. Good job by Morris to lay off of that one. Morris is 0 for 2. Ground out to second and a fielder's choice. He was at the plate when Maldonado was picked off at third base to end the fourth. Pops this one up. Right side of the infield. Second baseman Rodriguez calls off everybody and makes the catch for out number one. Now here's the shortstop, Jalen Rhines. 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Swung and a miss for strike one. Again, Brian Smith with the first four, giving up 2 runs earned on 4 hits, walked 3, struck out 3. Now Elijah Lujan on the hill for University. Swing and a miss for strike two. Maybe chase ball one up around the letters. Nailed one on the outside corner, but missed high and away. One-two pitch, popped over the screen behind home plate. It's for the concession stand. Another 1-2 pitch. That's up high. Brought Almanza out of his crouch to keep that one from going to the backstop. Two-two pitch. Swatted foul first base side. It hooks over toward the Waco High bullpen. Appreciate the work of our umpires this afternoon. Stephen McClanahan behind the plate and Cody Crocker on the bases. Cody's dad, also a member of the Waco chapter of umpires, Dennis Crocker. Another foul ball, left side, out of play. Another 2-2 pitch. Again, swatted foul. This one's going to, I think, land on New Road. About 5:30 traffic, having to dodge baseballs. Ryan's hanging tough at the plate. Making Lujan work for the out. Swung on, foul tipped into the mitt for strike three. Almanza hangs on to that one. First strikeout recorded for Lujan. Fourth strikeout for University pitching. Out number 2 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Brings up 3-hole hitter Sam Barron. Barron is 0 for 2 with a fly out and a ground out. Watches the first pitch clip the outside corner for strike one. That's up and in. Had to get the chin out of the way of that one. This count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. fouled into the screen. You see, University leads 5-3. Margin was set in the first inning on the 3-run home run by Bryant. 1-2 pitch. Check the swing on a pitch above. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Catcher Almanza was asking for help at first base. Cody Crocker has no clue down there because it's a left-handed hitter at the plate. That one's upstairs. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Though this year I have seen an umpire at first base call a check swing strike on a left-handed batter. It's unusual. Payoff. Low and outside, ball 4. So Barron walks the walk. Become a 2-out base runner. And brings up the cleanup batter, Will Carl, who's now catching for Waco High. So it'll take a couple of seconds to take off the shin guards. He comes up to the plate. Again, all 4 hits for Waco High came in the second inning when they scored their 2 runs. Trying to get a 2-out rally going here. A throw over to first base. Send Barron back to the bag. Again, new first baseman Haynes over there. Fastball just off the plate for ball 1. Carl walked in the second. That was a leadoff walk and came around to score the first of the 2 runs. Last time up, he flied out to center field. Pops this one up first base side. Lots of foul territory here. Haynes giving chase, will be able to come up with it in foul territory for the 3rd out. To retire Waco High in the 5th. They get no runs on no hits. No University errors. 1 man left on base. We've completed 5 innings here at Veterans Field number 1, and our score is University 5 and Waco High 2. In the top half of the 6th inning, University will send 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. That's Flores, Aguilar, and Gonzalez. Looking around the diamond to make sure the Waco High defense is still as it was when they left the field earlier. And everybody looks like they're in the right spots. Audette in left, Morris in center, and Barron in right. Maldonado at 3rd, Rhines at shortstop, Silva at 2nd, and Dyer at 1st. Waiting for the catcher, Will Carl, to get the gear on, as he was on base when he was the last batter of the inning, so he has to get his gear on. Line score through 5 innings of play for University. 5 runs on 6 hits. And they have left 5 runners on base and have not committed an error. Waco High, meanwhile, has 2 runs on 4 hits. They've committed a couple of errors, and they've left 5 runners on base. That's through 5 innings, and again, the game is scheduled for 7. The tournament does have a 10-run rule after 5, but don't think that's going to come into play in this one. Here's Tiger Flores. Watch the first pitch high and away for ball 1. 0 for 2 officially. Grounded into a fielder's choice his first time, but singled home a couple of runs his last time up. Each of misses high and away. Is 2 balls and no strikes on Tiger Flores. He saw a lot of playing time last year for the University baseball team. Watches this fastball on the outside third for strike 1. Lets that one go by for strike 2. Admit, Beecham a little bit different pitcher than the starter, Will Carl. Carl used a lot of off-speed breaking balls. Beecham just a good old country fastball. This one's fouled off into the screen. I've not seen a lot of finesse pitches from Beecham. He just wears back and tries to throw strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball headed to the shortstop. Lines. Throw across is in time, and there's 1 out. I'll bring up shortstop J.D. Aguilar. 1 for 2 with a single in the second. Reached on an error in the 4th. That error did not cost Waco High anything. First pitch fastball right in the heart of the zone for strike 1. Aguilar hitting in the 9th spot for head coach Tyler Massey. His first year as the head coach. He's been an assistant at University for several years, but his first year as the head coach. Pitch is outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Longtime head coach Kyle Chapman with his son Dylan now playing over at Navarro College has decided to take the assignment of the junior varsity. That gives him the opportunity to go watch Dylan play over at Navarro. Next pitch is on the outside third. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Tyler Massey got the opportunity to take over the head coaching job. 1-2. Fouled off, first base side out of play. Dylan Chapman, a senior for University a year ago. One of the top pitchers, not only for University, but in the district a year ago. 1-2 pitch. Came inside and got him. It's not what you want to do as a pitcher. Is got 2 strikes on the batter and you hit him with 1, especially the 9-hole hitter. See Aguilar headed up to first base. He got hit in the arm, but his fingers are having a little reaction to being hit. Doesn't seem to be in a lot of pain because he's smiling. He's aboard, hit by the pitch. That's the 3rd University batter that Waco High pitchers have plunked. 7 free bases now given up by the Waco pitching staff. Top of the order, David Gonzalez at the plate. 0 for 3, but has scored a run when he reached on an error in the 1st inning. It's also a ground out and a fly out. Hits this one on the ground. Slow roller cut off by the 3rd baseman. His throw to first base is going to be in time to get the out there. For out number 2, and on the play, Aguilar moves down to second base. Nice play by the 3rd baseman, Jesse Maldonado, to cut that high hopper off, record the out. And now here's second baseman Christian Rodriguez. A runner at scoring position and 2 out. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a ground out, and a walk. He was left stranded after that 2-out walk in the 4th inning. First pitch fastball right at the letters for strike 1. Second inning of work on the hill for Travis Beecham. He's not allowed a run on 1 hit so far. misses outside. Brings it up at 1-1 strike. Aguilar doesn't seem to be any worse for wear for being hit by the pitch, but he is in scoring position with 2 outs. Fouled off, first base side out of play. Beecham a strike away from getting out of the frame now. At 1-2 strikes. If he can keep the inning alive, Kevin Ibarra waits on deck. Beecham has a sign from his catcher, Carl. Pitch misses upstairs. And that'll place Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. The runner at second base. Beecham gives Aguilar a look. And the pitch is fouled off. First base side out of play. One more game scheduled for today in this Waco ISD tournament. Immediately following this one. Another 2-2 pitch on its way from Beecham. Hit through the 4-hole into right field, base hit. Barron up with it. The runner has rounded third. He's headed home. The throw to the plate is not in time. Sliding in head first is J.D. Aguilar with the 6th run of the game for Waco High as Rodriguez picks up the RBI with the single and moves up to second on the throw. Now the 3-hole hitter Kevin Ibarra gets a chance to try to add to the scoreboard. University up by 4 now for the first time. He watches the first pitch high and away for ball 1. Ibarra hit by a pitch and scored in the first, singled, but was erased on a double play in the third and then grounded out to end the 4th. He's 1 for 2 officially. Curveball breaks into the zone. 1-1 strike. It's the first breaking pitch we've seen from Beecham since he took over for Will Carl, who went the first 4. Carl gave up 5 runs on 5 hits. Fastball misses outside. Goes to 2 balls and a strike. At University now with 6 runs on 7 hits. Beecham to the stretch, the 2-1. On the outside corner for strike 2. Ibarra not necessarily agreeing with the call, but 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Up high, tried that curveball again, but didn't get the break out of it that he got moments ago. First base is open. If he wants to pitch to the always dangerous Jacob Bryant, the 4-hole hitter, who's 2 for 3. Or actually, it's not going to be Bryant. It's going to be Haynes. 3-2 pitch, swung and missed, strike 3. So Ibarra goes down swinging. As Beecham picks up his first strikeout, but University strikes for a run here in the top of the 6th. Get 1 run on 1 hit. There's no errors and 1 man left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th, we've got a new score. It's University 6 and Waco High 2. For Waco High in the bottom of the 6th. 5, 6, and 7 in the batting order. Travis Beecham, Jesse Maldonado, and Dylan Dyer. Well, just noticed moments ago that it's going to be Haynes, Jake Haynes, in that 4th spot for Bryant. So what that tells me is Brian Smith is still somewhere. As to where he went in the field. I'm going to guess he went to left field is what it looks like. If he went to left field, where did Audette go? Did Audette go to right field? Could be the plan. All right, bottom of the sixth. Waco High needs to start chipping away, down 4 here. Beecham will lead it off, followed by Maldonado and then Dyer. Beecham is 1 for 2. A single and a run scored in the second. Flew out to left field in the third to end that inning. His first time to face Elijah Lujan, second pitcher of the afternoon for University. Can't catch up to the fastball for strike 1. Brian Smith started on the hill, went 4 innings. He's in line to pick up the win. Another fastball on the outside corner. Goes to no balls and 2 strikes. 0-2 pitch. Looks like he tried to get a little spin on that one, and it spun out of the strike zone. Goes to 1-2. There's a curveball. It's swung and missed for strike 3. Beecham goes down swinging. Second strikeout for Lujan. At number 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Brings up third baseman Jesse Maldonado. He walked his last time up. Struck out first time around, so he's 0 for 1 officially. This is outside for ball 1. That one clips the outside corner to even it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. University has had the lead for this one from the get-go thanks to the 3-run home run by Jacob Bryant in the first. 1-1 pitch is on the outside corner for strike 2. Waco High got within a run with 2 runs in the bottom of the second. But University added 2 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth to extend the lead to 6-2. They've out hit Waco 7-4. 1-2 pitch, poked left side, right side foul into the University bullpen area. Maldonado keeps his at-bat alive. Another 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball again, popped up right side. Right fielder in fair territory will make the catch for out number 2. I think that's Stephen Holden who's in right field, number 12. Two up and 2 down here in the 6th. And now here's Dylan Dyer, the first baseman. 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. First pitch fastball just off the plate for ball 1. One 0 pitch is up high. 2 balls and no strikes on Dyer. Now 1 for 3 on the season, hitting .333. Outside. I believe it's 3 balls and no strikes on Dyer. Ball 4. Walk him on 4 straight. Looks like the repeat of the first inning that Lujan threw when he retired the first two and then walked the batter. He retires the first two here on a fly out and a strikeout. Walks Dyer to bring up Will Audette, left fielder. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly out to first base. His single brought home one of the 2 runs for Waco High. He's now 1 for 3 on the year. Make that 1 for 4. Then he watches the first pitch down low on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 for 4 now for Audette, hitting .250. From the stretch, Lujan delivers high. Evens it up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, the only time these two Waco schools will meet on the baseball diamond this year, meeting in the Waco ISD tournament. 1-1, swung and miss. Lujan a strike away from getting out of the inning without any damage. One-two pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Audette out looking as he picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. 6th strikeout for University pitching. For Waco High in the 6th. They get no runs on no hits. There's no errors and 1 runner left on base. And apparently that's going to be the end of the game. They're just going to play 6 innings as opposed to the full 7. So we'll give you the final line score for University. They get 6 runs on 7 hits. They commit no errors, and they left 6 runners on base. For Waco High, they get 2 runs on 4 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they leave 6 runners on base. The winning pitcher is Brian Smith, and the losing pitcher is Will Carl. So Waco High drops to 0-4 to start the season, while University evens their record at 2 wins and 2 losses. Again, our final score here from Waco ISD Veterans Field number 1 is University 6 and Waco High 2. Until next time, for our entire Waco ISD crew, I'm Lark Smith bidding you so long from Veterans Field number 1 in Waco.